Allow the children
it's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. Political, this one not day off in mind. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh. My ego don't come. My people make you shout. My ego don't come.
The audio was kind of like a muted, okay? So it's similar. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, like it, share it, to invite your friends, your not so friendly friends. Tell all of them that my ego today. Apologies. I was rushing.
And yes, you like Lórí Facebook. And yes, you like Lórí YouTube. And yes, you like
Thank you so much once again for joining me. I did say a welcome earlier, but the sound was off. Apologies.
And yes, you like And yes, you like And yes, you like
From what we have gathered so far, consider this broadcast the continuation from the expose on the scam that the NNPCL is pulling on the rest of you, Nigerians.
And yes, you like Ojelu Esuraki.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me this evening or morning or maybe afternoon or late at night. Depends on the time you are tuning in. This is Mayegun Live. Like I said, please read beyond the the rider for this broadcast. Read the description as well. And if you have done that, right, thank you. Consider this as the continuation of the expose on the scam being pulled on Nigerians and Nigerians, those who lie to themselves, especially those who believe the lies that the moment Dangote Refinery begins to supply the petroleum product into the markets, the price would crash. There were actually politicians who rode on that narrative. They told you all it's going to take is just for a local refiner like Dangote to come up, with production, and then boom, Nigerian Naira will become stronger. Dollars will crash. The price of petroleum will crash. The economy will boom, and other lies you were told. Yesterday, when I first make, my own discovery public, in a layman way, without speaking much grammar or writing too much grammar, a lot of people grasped it. But I still saw some typical Nigerians who came and said, but Mayegun, Shebi, you said that Dangote Refinery is a scam. That way that they do not want to possibly, live in the reality. I didn't say Dangote Refinery was a scam. I said those who were pushing it and the narrative around it, they were all scams and lies. Prior to now, they believe at the time when the likes of Bukwari were playing politics with Dangote Refinery, right? I was very much consistent here. To start with, APC, Egbekegbe, make you believe that Dangote Refinery is almost like a charity, not like a private business. If you remember, the Central Bank of Nigeria used this same Dangote Refinery to steal nearly $10 billion, which part of it was given to him. And at a point, you will think, it wasn't Dangote Refinery, it was Nigeria or APC, Egbekegbe's refinery. Remember, Bukwari commissioned this refinery twice and 4 times, right? They shifted the supposed day of production. You remember, they said, Dangote Refinery was going to start production in December 2021. It never happened. Then they shifted it again to April 2022. That never happened. Then December 2022, Bukwari and gang decided, in fact, it was actually like around October, the Bukwari and gang shut down Lagos when they said Bukwari was commissioning Dangote Refinery and is going to start production in December 2022. That was a lie. I came here and I said, with what we know or what we knew at the time, Dangote Refinery was practically like about 25% completed. So therefore, if you are building a refinery that you told the whole world that this refinery is a 650,000 barrel a day refinery, and from reality, the refinery could only possibly function at 25%, but you still went ahead to commission it like it is a Nigerian government project, and everybody was there clapping. All these are online. You can go check. Bokwari, they moved Bokwari there to commission it as an achievement when it wasn't even ready. I said it was a scam. It wasn't ready. Then they said December. I said it's a scam. It wasn't ready. Then they shifted it again, remember, to May 2023. Just few days before the end of Bokwari's tenure, right? Bokwari was also in Lagos. That was at that commissioning where Emir said Dangote had paid back 70% of the loan they gave to him, even though the refinery was yet to produce a single drop of crude. Or sorry, find a single drop of crude. I shouted, it's a scam. But Dangote Refinery was practically just about a 40-45% completion at the time. When Tifnumbu came, they said, wait, listen, the way refineries work is that it is always in phases. That even at 25% or 40%, Dangote Refinery can still function. It can still refine product without having to wait till the full capacity of a 650,000 barrel a day. It's not going to happen then, right? But those who kind of listened to that at the time thought in their warped mind, right, we did not wish Dangote Refinery to work. In fact, it is bad belly that was doing us. Meanwhile, we're just giving you the facts, not to be deceived by the criminal politicians who are taking advantage of your gullibility in promoting what doesn't exist. Then they said no, even at 40%, Dangote Refinery can still produce. 40% is more or less like a half of a 680, it's not 650, 680,000 barrel. Do you know how much that is? That's a lot. But they said with 40%, that's like saying Dangote Refinery had the capacity of producing about 200 to 300,000 barrels of crude oil a day. Okay, if that should be the case, right? That's a good start. Until when they decided to sabotage it themselves. And they came out here. I didn't say that at the time. They just came to confirm. You remember that man that said Dangote Refinery product is a low quality. You remember those times they are doing all their Rufo fight, yeah? Where one of the DPRA or DPPR, whatever other name they give to themselves, that guy came out and said, Dangote is blackmailing them to stop importing fuel when his refinery is just 45% completion and the quality of the product from his refinery was poor. Remember, I didn't say that. This was like this year, right? Well, fair enough. We're made to know that a refinery doesn't have to be 100% completed before it can actually refine products. So he fought it, pushed it, propaganda here and there. It became obvious that even at 45%, it is still far better than the supposed dead refineries of Nigeria, Port Harcourt, Warri, Kaduna, and the rest. I said, okay, yeah, we can use that. But finally, they told us that the deal they struck with Dangote was they were going to be giving him crude oil. Nigeria will give him crude oil, and Dangote will refine the crude oil in Naira. So, and then it will supply the Nigerian NNPC, who in turn will supply the product to the country. And by so doing, it simply means they will cut off all this cost of importing refined product to Nigeria, or all these costs about landing cost, import cost, transport cost, all those costs that they put into what they call the subsidy. So the abracadabra didn't end at the time. So finally, they sort of struck a deal. Okay, hang on, before that, let's talk about the deal they had there. They said Dangote will be given crude, they will be given crude oil, and this crude oil will be subsidized from the source, which means instead of Dangote to be paying the exact amount of what it costs in dollars, the amount that it costs to get to procure a crude oil, a barrel of crude oil in dollars, it will be subsidized because Dangote will just be helping Nigeria to refine our crude, okay? And in the process, the local demand or local supply will be met, and the importation of fuel would end. The stress on the Naira, dollar, or Nigerian forex will also end, and it's a matter of time. The economy will react to it. All lies. Now we know, and that is the latest now. So at 45% operational level, Dangote Refinery has the capacity, according to them, right? It has the capacity of producing 54 million barrels of, 54 million liters of petroleum a day. And that seems to be enough, especially for a country that is spending nearly 1 billion naira. They're spending nearly like 1 trillion naira every month on subsidy. So that would be a relief. But that they didn't tell you the whole story. So the artificial scarcity that Nigeria is facing, that Nigerians have been facing for the past 10 months, since last year, December. The artificial scarcity, the increase in the price of petroleum in the last few weeks as well, all of these were actually part of the scheme to further wunjo you. That's what we call it in Yoruba, wunjo, to further finish you. So I am going to kind of explain the latest to you now. The latest in layman language, in layman words, without using all those their dubious, fraudulent grammar and big words. They used to swindle you. They used to kind of bamboozle you. I won't. So you need to listen attentively, right? Yesterday, in fact, it was actually 2 days ago, the supposed Federal Inland Revenue Service Director, how could person where they in charge of FIRS be making an announcement about petroleum sector, where you have the petroleum minister, Tefnumbu, the petroleum minister for state, whatever, right? That guy. So it was the guy who was a tax collector that made the announcement. And what did he say? He said, ladies and gentlemen, Dangote Refinery, as well as the NNPCL, they have reached a conclusion, an agreement, whereby Nigeria will give Dangote crude oil, and Dangote in Naira, and Dangote in return will refine the crude oil and give the products to NNPCL. NNPCL will start lifting petroleum products from Dangote Refinery. That should be from the crude oil they've given to Dangote. Now let's roll it back a little bit. If you will remember this, on record, the Nigeria NNPC, they've already mortgaged Nigerian crude oil, which they have used as collateral for loans. And what does that mean? In Nigeria government, Nigeria NNPC, they do not extract crude oil in Nigeria. There are companies who have bought the license, the right to extract crude oil in Nigeria. They are called international oil companies, IOCs. These IOCs, they are those who have the right and equipment to extract your crude oil from the ground. But there is an agreement. From that extraction, they will give Nigeria a certain portion, a certain amount of crude oil. From that, Nigeria can use their own share of that crude oil to refine in their own refinery. But for years, since they claimed that since your refineries are not working, NNPCL, they have been selling the crude oil pocketing the money. Meanwhile, the other part of the extracted crude oil, there is what is called royalty, which Nigeria collects about 40% from. Okay, and this money is what they tell you, the money from the crude sale that make Nigeria oil producing country. So in a nutshell, they've mortgaged everything. Since January this year, NNPC has remitted $0, 0 cents from the crude oil sale, which is supposed to be their royalty from the crude oil that this IOC. Also, the supposed allocation of crude oil supposedly given to Nigeria from these IOCs after they bring out the crude. Nigeria have sold them and in fact mortgaged them. So they have no crude oil to even supply their own refineries. Talk less of supplying the local refiners. Okay, that there, they are battling with that. It's also part of an agreement they signed with, the breach of an agreement they signed with Dangote. Dangote knows that whatever agreed portion, allocation of crude oil from the IOCs to Nigeria, because Nigeria doesn't have a refinery to refine them, now sell cheaper that they sell them and share the money. So Dangote Refineries that was coming upstream, that signed a deal with Nigeria that it will be receiving 600,000 barrels. Nigeria will sign the deal with Dangote. Nigeria knows say they know they extract any crude oil at all. Here you get. But they still went on and signed it and said, well, we'll find a way around it. So now that Dangote Refinery said they are 45% ready, the crude oil to give Dangote has now turned to blackmailing the IOCs by Nigeria. Remember, they have already eaten their cake, but they still want to have it because it's their crude oil. So by forcing the hand of the IOCs, international oil companies, right, to say, no, you still have to give us crude oil or increase the one you give us. So Dangote is in the dilemma. So therefore, he approached international markets. He went to Texas, to Brazil, a few other African countries to go and look for crude oil. So that means the deal of selling crude oil to Dangote in Naira is a ruse, is a lie, but they are not telling you. But Dangote needs crude oil for his refinery. He can't build $20 billion refinery and not be able to see crude oil to refine. So he started importing crude oil to his refinery. So if a barrel of crude oil, for example, is $70 a barrel, Dangote would have to pay $70 a barrel, depends on how much he wants, to whatever company or whatever country that is ready to supply him that crude oil. While they are playing the hide and seek with Dangote, finally, he got some crude oil from somewhere, from Texas and Brazil for his refinery. It is now time for him, right, to now kind of other part of the deal, which was, remember, that Nigerian NNPC will give him crude oil. Dangote, in that deal, will give Nigeria refined products, okay? And then he can use the rest and sell it to wherever he wants to sell it to, which is possibly outside Nigeria, the refined products. Now, NNPC have no crude oil to really give him, per se, on a steady basis. They don't have it, okay? But there's a part of the deal that says, if Dangote finish refining, he can sell it directly to the NNPC or NNPCL. But it has to be in Naira. How can Dangote buy in dollars, crude oil in dollars, and begin to sell it in Naira? So here is what is going to happen. I will still sell to you, but I can only sell to you at the rate of the dollar rate to Naira. In a space of 15 months, before this partly ready refinery came upstream, right? The Nigerian Naira dollar don't collapse totally. A dollar is 1,665 Naira today. When Dangote struck that deal with them, that they will give him crude oil in Naira, then it was probably around 300 Naira to $1. That was like about three and a half years ago, okay? Now, Nigeria, dollar is 1,662.65 naira. That's a huge difference. So if Dangote will now have to sell to you, according to him, it then simply means I will have to sell it to you I will have to sell it in dollars. So whatever you want to do, even if you want to pay me in naira, it must be equivalent in dollar. Unfortunately, Dangote no one naira. Even though they are still telling you that it's going to be selling it to them in naira, it's all lies. Dangote doesn't want naira. Even if Nigeria give him crude oil, still, he doesn't want naira. You know what I mean? So he would rather, in fact, NNPC too doesn't want naira. So if NNPC have a crude oil to give Dangote, they will sell it to him in dollars or equivalent. Since your naira dollar don't crash, enter Kano. So it now comes to how much are we going to now sell it? If I want to sell my finished products, they came up with a figure. It's going to be 55 cents a liter. And with the collapsed naira dollar, if you exchange it, that will automatically give you 898 naira. So yesterday, when the NNPCL made an announcement and said, Nigerians, the liter of petroleum we are buying from Dangote is 898 naira. Everybody was like, what? If you are buying at 898 naira, how much are you going to sell to marketers? How much will the marketers sell it to Nigerians? Is there a way that this is not going to cross over 1,000 naira per liter? What then is the usefulness of Dangote Refinery? If you told us that all this now we get the crude oil. They are still telling you that you have crude oil. You don't have any crude oil anymore. Rather than, you see, what they have, these criminals, they have shared everything among themselves, mortgaged everything, but they're not telling you. That's the problem. There are educated Nigerians who are telling themselves, this whole thing doesn't, you see, we are the owner of the crude oil. You don't have any crude oil anymore. That is yours. These guys have mortgaged it. They've used them as collateral for the loans that they have stolen, right? They've collected the money, they've spent the money. But they're still pretending to issue that as if to say they have this crude oil in Niger Delta. That all they have to do is just to say, hey, Shell, Oyo supply Dangote 500,000 barrels of crude oil. Is that not that? Now we get the crude oil. No, you don't have any crude oil anymore. An example of it is this. Remember what they took last year? 3.3 billion naira loan from Afrexim Bank. They use 167 million barrels of crude oil as collateral. If Nigeria no pay that money back by 2028, Afrexim Bank and others, they will come to Nigeria, and they will begin to take crude oil until they take 167 million barrels, which is valued at $12 billion. That's exactly what Boko Haram did too. Some of the loan Boko Haram took, they used the future oil prospects as collateral. And on the other hand, they are making you believe as if to say, all they will take is just to call all the IOCs. Oh yeah, hello? Oh yeah, give Dangote 100,000 barrels of crude oil. Give it to him. No, that is not true. It is part of the popo, and Dangote knows that. And Dangote doesn't want to be deceived. That is why it's like, see, if you give me crude oil, fine. Okay? If you can't give me, also fine. When it comes to my product from this part, right? This is how much I'm going to sell it. And it's going to be in dollars. So the story that, once Dangote Refinery come upstream, Nigeria Naira will become stronger. Nigeria will begin to hand forex. All of these are bobo and lies that are already catching up with everybody as we speak. And that is why part of the questions you should ask yourselves is this. Say now only petroleum products, they inside crude oil. How come they are not giving you any information about diesel? Jet one fuel, which is the aviation fuel, where the plane they use, they fly. All of these are coming from the same crude oil. But which one are they telling you more? Petrol. Because They are practically saying, you know what? We'll just have to buy it from Dangote. And whatever how much you want to sell it to us, now go bear the cost. Some said, oh, Dangote wanted to sell it cheaper. How? He can't sell beyond what he buys, Abi. And if Nigeria truly have control over their crude oil, this whole noise will not be existing at all. There will be no noise. All they will just do is just what? Load the crude oil from Niger Delta, move it to Lagos, and tell Dangote, listen, if a barrel of crude oil is sold at the international market, this one will be international market. This one will be international anything. This is our own oil allocation. Take them. All right? Refine them. And in this deal, you take this, we take this. Give us the 50% of the diesel that you refine. Give us 50% of the petroleum PMS you refine. Give us 50% of the aviation fuel you refine. And you can sell the rest, but we don't get money to give you. Dangote will be fine, I think. At least. He will give Nigeria what they want from their own crude oil they give to him. And he can sell the rest, whatever price he wants to sell it to the rest of West Africa or anywhere he wants to sell his product. But every now and then they keep telling you, petroleum, petroleum, petroleum. So here is the deal. They still pretend as if to say, they have control over any crude oil from Niger Delta or anywhere. They don't. And they cannot guarantee the regular supply of the crude oil to Dangote. So now, the problem is this. If Nigeria Naira and dollars, because Dangote is from Nigeria, if Dangote wants to buy any crude oil anywhere, he would have to exchange his own Naira at whatever exchange rate to dollars. Dangote no they print dollars. Dangote Refinery is not in America or American economy. It is in Nigeria. Therefore, if it's going to be seeking crude oil from abroad, it will pay international price, which is in dollars. And that's why they call it a petrodollar. Crude oil anywhere is called petrodollar. Nigeria doesn't have control over their own. And here, Nigerians have now come to reality. The reality is that the imported fuel is now becoming cheaper than the local refined products. This is why the reason is what I've just told you. Nigeria doesn't have any control over any crude oil or on a mouth. The one that they were supposed to be getting legally from the IOCs, they don't sell them. They don't take and borrow money. And any small one they see again, they want to sell it. It's all about what they can get. And the money is not even coming back to Nigeria. It's going straight into the pocket of these criminals. But they wanted to use Dangote as a shield, but it doesn't work that way. Alaye said, if Nigerian Naira to dollar, for example, the exchange rates crashes. Let's say a dollar is now 400 Naira to a dollar. Let's assume that if nobody didn't float your Naira, all right? And the Naira to dollar, dollar to Naira is maybe 400 Naira to a dollar. That automatically can help to influence how much the end product will be on your own, in your country. And what does that mean? Let's assume that exchange rate is not 1,662 or 65 Naira to a dollar. Let's say it is just 400 Naira. So with that, there is possibility that when Dangote, for example, if Dangote now says 55 cents, I'm going to sell it for 55 cents. So 55 cents means about 55% of that 400 Naira. So what would that be? Maybe 250 Naira. So Dangote will still make profit by selling his own products for example, 250 Naira. Sell it to NNPC. NNPC can then what? Sell it to the marketers. Maybe 300 Naira per liter. Now the marketers, at worst, maybe they will sell a liter for 450 Naira. It's as simple as that. Those who told you that once Dangote Refinery start producing, Nigeria Naira will gain strength. No. Nigeria Naira will gain strength against the dollar when Nigeria have more production to export to earn forex. Me, I'm economist too, but in a layman way, I know it. If I put 100 naira in my pocket and I spend 60 naira from it, I will get the balance of 40 naira. If you begin to do x plus 2 plus b minus y is equal to 0 with a loan share, I'm not interested in all of that. It's all deceit. If I spend 60 naira from my 100 naira, my balance is 40 naira. That's a layman way. So if Dangote couldn't have access to a steady crude oil supply, he will have to deal with whatever he gets. Similarly, Naira will not crash. The dollar will not crash in Nigeria if you have no production, nothing. Before these criminals, before they, excuse me, hang on, what happened to my microphone? I don't think my mic is fully functional. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I want everything to be sounding like sharp, 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 sharp. And if this is not, then we have to make it sound sharp, 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 sharp. Okay? So, if Dangote gets a supply, where was I? Production. So let's assume that Nigeria, you have improved electricity. Your industries are functional. Your manufacturing industry are functional, right? And you are producing and producing and producing. You stop importing. Before you know it, you started like exporting stuffs and you started supplying things. So before these criminals came in, before they took over your oil industry and bastardized it completely, when Nigeria sells crude oil like that, okay, one, they will get 40% or 45% royalty from the crude oil that is being taken from Nigeria by the IOCs, right? They will also get some allocation of crude oil from these same IOCs, which is for the local refiners, like the Port Harcourt, Warri, and other refineries, right? So with that, you reduce importation of crude oil, which means you don't demand for forex or dollars that much anymore, right? Rather, you are now producing so much that you are exporting. So people buying things from Nigeria, you can decide to sell your stuff to them by selling it in dollars or in Naira, and you can earn forex, so much of it. And when you have enough forex, your Naira will have something to stand on, strong, reliable. But once these guys came in, the first thing they did was to attack the oil production in Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria was losing over 700,000 barrels of crude oil every day for straight 7 years. The remaining ones that they were able to kind of get, right, which is the supposed allocation of crude oil from the IOCs, and they sell them. And the money, gone. It got so bad that NNPC in Nigeria was no longer remitting any money. Like, people don't even know how much Nigeria is making from crude oil. They will tell you, Nigeria is producing 1.6 million barrels a day. Nigeria is producing 1.3 million barrels a day. Ask them, where is the money? So no production. The production is dead. The manufacturing sector is almost dead. Nigeria depends, almost 80% of what they use in Nigeria is imported. So where is the Naira going to get its strength from? Where is the supply of the forex going to come from? So that is why now they are begging Dangote that, everybody that, one thing is this. If you sell, please, if you want to sell your product to other people that will give you better money, we just want you to do it through us so that we will know the money that is exchanging hands. So as you are selling, we know how much you are getting, so we can have some cuts from the forex. These are the liars who told you that the Nigerian Naira will gain strength. Right now, Dangote self no want Naira. So yesterday, when they said, guys, if a liter of petroleum is sold, if a liter of petroleum is if a liter of petroleum is sold for 1,000 Naira in your area, it's not our fault. And Dangote, they sell them to us for this price. And Dangote was like, shut up, guys. How can you say that? They quickly released a statement on your screen. Our attention has been drawn to a statement attributed to NNPCL spokesperson, Mr. Olufemi Shoneye, that we sell our PMS at 898 per litre to the NNPCL. This statement is both misleading and mischievous, deliberately aimed at undermining the milestone achievement recorded today towards addressing energy insufficiency and insecurity, which has bedeviled the economy in the past 50 years. They still don't tell us how much, but we don't find out already. Dangote, we urge Nigerians to disregard this malicious statement and await a formal announcement on the pricing by the Technical Subcommittee on Naira-based crude sales to local refineries, appointed by His Excellency President Ebola Ahmed Tifnumbu, which will commence on the 1st October. Now, this is the latest. So what they are now saying or telling Nigerians now is that Dangote is only selling the crude oil he bought. The Naira to crude oil sale, now October it go start. Remember that guy who said they are going to supply crude oil to Dangote from yesterday, and then it's going to be in Naira, and they will be buying it from Dangote in Naira. It's misleading. They are still fooling you, or they are still fooling those who want to be fooled. The bottom line is this, ladies and gentlemen. You will buy a liter of petroleum in Nigeria, whether not Dangote, because it's going to get to a stage whereby it's going to become obvious that Nigeria can't give Dangote any crude oil. And once that one is ascertained, Dangote won't have to worry himself. He's already opened the channel with others who can supply him crude oil from Brazil, from United States of America. He is already looking for markets for his products. It's not just petroleum, including diesel and the rest. He's already looking for markets for them in other African countries. And from the record, they said even with this noise they are making, NNPCL was supposed to be taking about 90% of, they should have been taking about 90% of the product from Dangote Refinery. But they are not interested. This whole thing is a jamboree, right? On record, on paper, it's going to be about 50%, not 90 or 90 something percent has been touted. It's about 50%. So the remaining 50% or so of anything Dangote refines is going to be sold to other African countries, not to Nigeria. At the end of the day, the owners of the refinery in Malta, they have decided to try to show all of you that now they shout Dangote, Dangote, Dangote. Hell yeah, now, if you can buy Dangote refinery, Dangote oil, at the rate of, see this one, Sokoto, they say for Sokoto area, now like 1,000 Naira, NNPC. This is NNPC price, all the price you are seeing on your screen. This is not like the price you are going to buy it, Are you with me? If you go to NNPC depot, they will sell it to you for per litre 999 Naira, 22 kobo. If you go to Oyo, you will buy it for 960 Naira per litre. If you go to Kaduna, 999 Naira, like 1,000 Naira. If you go to Borno State, now over 1,000 Naira. Jigawa, Yobe, Kasina, Zamfara, Bauchi, Gombe, Adamawa, Plateau, Niger, they will be buying it for over 1,000 Naira per litre. And an NNPC. So imagine all these places that have no NNPC depot, they are likely going to be buying it for 1,002, 1,003, 1,004 per litre. For those of you in the southern part of Nigeria, like Oyo, Osun, Ogun, Lagos, yours will never be less than 950 Naira per litre. And an NNPC. So which means if you don't have any chance of buying from NNPC depot, you're likely going to be paying more than one, even in Lagos, you'll be paying more than 1,000 Naira per litre. So this is what they have achieved. All of you now, we probably are waiting for Dangote Petroleum and all of that nonsense you've been waiting for since. It will be obvious now that it is actually cheaper to import the petroleum, pay subsidy, as they have been doing. And then the status quo will continue. The whole noise about Dangote, this Dangote, Dangote that will end in tears. Sad. Their media are already telling everybody, imported petroleum is cheaper. China only petrol, the crude oil in it. I think I've said enough. If you don't have consistency, if you cannot guarantee steady supply of the crude oil, you have no chance of determining how much Dangote is going to sell its products. And it's just a matter of time before another alarm will blow, and it will tell you that they will probably just have to just keep importing. Others are believing that this whole thing, they just plot them to make sure, say, by the time Dangote is ready, all of now will just be paying through your noses for a liter. You will never buy a liter of petroleum less than 1,000 Naira, whether na Dangote or whether na Malta. So finally, you realize that you have been scammed. You have been scammed. So what are you going to do about it? Well, time will tell. So I will leave it at that. So if you don't get all I said, then maybe I can't really help you further. You probably should listen more to Wale Edo and Co. and other paid hacks on TV, online, telling you economic this, economic that to justify the shaggy that is about to be unleashed on you. That's on you, not on me. Brethren, Koolu returned back to Nigeria yesterday in the middle of the night, and see the caliber of people that welcomed him at the airport. Gandola, the Babangida mobile banking CEO of Kano, a thief. Patawale, the Boko Haram Fulani terrorist patron, founder, sympathizer, as well as other criminals of APC, Egbekebe, when armed robbers, pickpockets, treasury looters are there to, terrorist sympathizers running a country, welcome the drug lord, dear Lord. But before that, I remember this.
Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ epo àwọn á di 200, á di 5. Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀, a máa gbé wálẹ̀. Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀.
Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀ o. Jagaban Karim.
Àsìkò òǹgbẹ lọ́tún lósì. Ẹ̀mí ò sì káàrẹ̀. Jagaban Karim.
Jagaban Karim. So last night, Koolu returned to Nigeria. And this morning, it was in Maiduguri. Let's take a look at his arrival. That's what he didn't enjoy in London. Remember, he's back to the shithole, a place called the crime scene, Nigeria. So somebody said he's really testing that his new aircraft from China to London to Abuja to Maiduguri and maybe to US in the next few hours. So this morning, fair enough, they took him to Maiduguri, Baba, a place where tragedy just happened. Baba, they still do royalty, royal father, this and that, you know, that kind of thing, like as if to say they were in Maiduguri to go and commission new gigantic manufacturing industry or something. People died simply because some low lives, some criminals, corrupt rogues from that part of Nigeria swallowed nearly 170 billion naira in a space of 2 years. The recent one is that of 860 million naira ecological fund that could have prevented the disaster. They still did a red carpet for Koolu. Like people died. Millions of people have become homeless. The whole city is still underwater. They have to treat him like a royalty. It is Nigeria. Then straight from there to the Shehu of Borno's palace, where he said, I am here to pay my condolences or something. I had to stop by here and check on you because I was on my way to America. I said, no, let me stop and say hello because I need to go to America. Koolu in the palace of the Shehu of Borno.
I also rely on a certain regime. Your Excellencies, from the Senate President, the Chairman of Governors Forum, all the governors here present, my advisors and my friend, Shetima, thank you very much. All the way to the airport, as we have friends and brothers, you have been very close. Thank you. Mother Sharif. To the chiefs, Your Royal Majesty, the Wasiri, and all the members of this chieftaincy kingdom and friend of the palace. To me, I'm just here to sympathize with you. I know your palace was overtaken by flood. I've had the report. My vice president gave me details, but to me personally, I know I have to cut off. I was going directly to America, but to be with you, if only for 5 minutes, share the moment. I thank you very much for your leadership, for various prayers. This one disaster that we must pay attention to. We will help Borno State. Your Excellency, the Governor, I could see the commitment and love shown across the board. The Governor of Bauchi is here. He's of a different party. And this is what is expected of Nigeria. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Our diversity to be used for our stability and prosperity. For us to share the faith in Allah and in humanity. For us to belong to each other. I had the mention of NNPC military. Thank you for what you have done. And very good response from Minister for Agriculture and Food Security. We, as a government, as Nigerian people, who pledge with you that we will help in the rehabilitation and of problems there. It is our problem, not just your problem, not the problem of community alone. We must share in each other's pain, joy, and sorrow. May Allah bless and accept the souls of those who had no paths. May Allah help us stop the tragedy. The situation that we find ourselves in, the environmental problem, climate change, and all of this is what we must tackle differently. And we must educate our people. Please accept our pledge of solidarity and oneness. Thank you very much.
Nuisance lele.
Nigeria ti wọ ọkọ̀ iná oko ìparun. Could you make any sense out of all he said? Like just one? Anything? Our solidarity, our diversity. Shetima, the vice president, our advisors, everybody, may Allah help our tragedy. Like what the heck? It's those of you who always feels like you can gaslight people into ignoring this inefficient, incoherent druggy, simply because you think we are only just probably hating. Because that's all I can say. Because if I should tell you what's in my mind there, this is so unfair. And that's what you have to deal with. That's your president. What do you want him to do? At least it's there. I know. He also went on to speak to the people in what looked like an open gathering. And I don't see anybody. I don't think these ones are even like listening or they hear what he's saying or they can hear what he's saying.
Associate myself with you. Continue to pray for you. And I want to assure you, we are going to support you. We will support you. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu shi kilan zai isa yanzu la letoro kado awandi aso ndira da alamin wa wono naji ana shiro da lefa herra cho awandi kirma yanzu dia na da yanzu duniya ne sanna hado yanzu shi kafa kilo bindi luko unas subaketi kwani falfala yin yana da ala tafiya kan gobe har suna ba ku yayi sululace taji aure gadar wal suna amsa da fitina da zamzai san masa isan mojin ba ku da wata ala tafiya lungur da kayyanne.
So the next thing now is to send them rice. We'll give you rice, everybody. So they say Koolu has told all the senators that they will give each senator 1,200 bags of rice to go and share in their constituency, especially the areas where people suffer the flood tragedy. I am supposed to be going to America. And I said, hey, driver, Borno, wow. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, I said, I have to be here and sympathize with you before I go to America. America is so important to him. It's obvious, isn't it? Sometimes people will be like, I don't want to pity the North. It's not different. You are still naive or ignorant to think this whole thing is still about the North, the South, the Igbos, the Yorubas. You are still naive. You are in a, you are in for a, so you are in a long thing. Because the only thing that is democratized in Nigeria is your suffering, the hardship, and all those. Those are the only thing democratized in Nigeria. Everything else is not democratized. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where you stay. It doesn't matter where you live. If you still think this is a North problem, now their problem with that, it's none of my problem. Oh, how naive are you? How ignorant are you? I saw a video and I was like, I mean, it kept cracking me up when I remember what this issue of NNPCL and NNPCL and Dangote, what they are doing to you, the Nigerians, the way they are playing with you, playing and toying with your lives. Exactly, this is what this video depicts.
What?
àsìkò òǹgbẹ lọ́tún lósì ẹ̀mí ò sì káàrẹ̀ Jagaban Karim.
Jagaban Karim. Now let's leave them at that and go to something else. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Ahmed was on this program as one of the callers, and he said something about the maltreatment of a soldier by his supposed superior, right? Which kind of so tragic, right? Then I saw a video. This is not new though. I just want to bring a spotlight to it as well, where people are being tortured, beaten, assaulted, and all of that simply because they are putting on a military fatigue. It's a military fatigue, military gears, right? Like something that looks like a camel. In Nigeria, you will see this slavish mentality among the supposed Nigerian soldiers or something, right? They suddenly just develop this mental instability once they see you putting on any military gear in Nigeria. Then you are automatically a threat. And you might think, okay, maybe this is the life of those ones who have been around for a while. No, it is not. I saw a video of a young guy who probably is just a recruit in the Nigerian army or something. And he boldly, confidently threatening a citizen simply because he's making a skit in the military fatigue. I will personally this, I will personally that, and he made a video of it and put it on the internet. I couldn't stop shaking my head. And that is why we do probably need to have a conversation on the peaceful dissolution of this contraption. There are some traditions, there are some acts that are never going to die, except Nigeria dies. And that will take us to another convo entirely this evening. This video is what I'm talking about.
Good morning, guys. I never wanted to say anything about this video, but you see, the video is really getting out of hand because I've checked. This is not the first time or second time Joe Black, Abi Joe Bad, the Prince of Menene is doing this video, this particular video. See, senior man, I'll be your fan, you understand? That one day, but for you to use my father's camo, they do comedy, they post online, they do your see. Me, I no support that one, you understand? And if you no come from us, for anybody will grab you, they grab you, see, they will nearly take your life, see, they will make you feel like, life, like you don't want life anymore. You want death to visit you, you understand? So use your head in anything you are doing. Use your head. Did you remember when they dismissed or they arrested a personnel for using camo, a military personnel, serving personnel for using military camo to do video one certain time? What was that his name? Cute Abiola. Thank you, Cute Abiola. For using he's a serving personnel then, and he was arrested for using military camo to do comedy. And you bloody civilian, you are using my father's camo to do comedy. I don't have your time right now. This guy don't get fear. I want to know that thing that is motivating you. See, if you look through your direction, see, life will tire you. I'll choke you, so I'll make sure I'll cripple you. No walk. My boss. Morning, sir. Sir, who am I?
Fucking hell. I will cripple you. You get that now? You are using my father's camel. Like who is his father? The Nigerian army. There is this clip I'm going to. It's not actually a clip. I want to kind of have you. I'm sharing this link. If you by any chance have a chance of copying it, I want everybody to try. Read through this. We will talk about it very soon. And it's all about this report of the upcoming breakup and destruction of Nigeria. It's already ongoing, right? It is a 2011 report done by some group of people from far away United States of America that have predicted, not predict, they put it as a prediction. It's not a prediction. It's actually a step towards the complete balkanization of Nigeria, the total breakup of Nigeria. This may sound a little bit interesting to you, to those of you who probably are like, let us break it. But this breakup of Nigeria is not going to be the kind of breakup of Nigeria that you want. It is the breakup of Nigeria that they want. So I've left the link to this report in the comment section, okay? Copy it, read through it, because I am going to treat it very soon. On this platform, we've had a chance of exposing to some extent, maybe not with full evidence, so to say, of what is causing unrest in Nigeria, and in particular areas of the country where you have seen increased terrorism, the proliferation of small arms and dangerous weapons across Nigeria. Now, the growing tension in eastern part of Nigeria, in Igbo land, especially the areas like Olu in Imo State, where suddenly Hopeless Odingba, the moment he became the governor, they put together what they call the unknown gunmen, right? And why? The insecurity in that place seems to be, apart from it looking like it's so coordinated, intentional. Why? What's the target? There are those who have already shown that different groups of different armed groups are to spring up across Nigeria. We've seen that of the northwest, northeast. Now it's spreading to southeast, south, and southwest, where the targeted resources in those areas are to be exploited by the foreign individuals or foreign groups. Yesterday, we were having a chat around, somebody was talking about the potential plan and plots to destroy Africans and continue to destroy Africa. Others said it's just a conspiracy theory. I am leaving you with this. The civil war, the war that is coming. Nigeria will be worse than Somalia, Libya, and so many other trouble spots across Africa that you've heard about. Congo will be a child's play to what is coming upon Nigeria. And it is already there. It's not a prediction, it's a plan. So when we talk about let us break up this contraption, let's have a chat and break up this contraption peacefully. And some people feels like it is out of ignorance that we are calling for that. We need unity, this, unity, that. Your destiny is already sort of sorted or determined. And those who are going to cause the killings here and there have already been mobilized. Different army militias are being assembled and then armed across Nigeria as we speak. The increased terrorism in Imo State, Olu, Osu, for your information, is a war of resources. It is not a war that is in the interest or will be in the interest of the Undigbos, Biafrans, or Nigeria at all. The criminal politicians who are kind of helping them to set up these different camps of terrorists, they are not telling you what you should probably know. So when the war breaks, it is not going to be the kind of war that you envisage. It is going to be the type of war that is going to see all of us killed. And when we are killed, our resources will be what? We'll pay for that. We'll pay for the slaughtering of our own brethren and all that. I am leaving you with this link. Check the comment right now. Copy the link. Take your time. Please read everything. And you probably then will be in tune with me the day I'm going to treat this. Check the comment. I'll come back to that some other time. So going forward, we are done for this contraption that we found ourselves, where people are never going to be united again. If there's anything we should do, all of us should begin to kind of tell ourselves that this contraption that will never work, all this war of patrician, war of tribal supremacy, ethnic supremacy, religious supremacy, and all the other nonsense that we are using as an excuse, that they are using as an excuse to kill us, decimate us. There are some information you need to know. And that's why I'm leaving you with that link. This is not a conspiracy theory. Everything happening in Nigeria today, they've already been planned, projected, well-funded. And by 2030, all these things you are reading about Congo, they will just be like a child's play to what Nigeria is going to become if this contraption is still kept together this way. I am one of those who believe that if there's anything at all that should be done, all the indigenous people of that Nigeria, they should have a chance of coming together to discuss if they still want to be together or not, and why. We have the Israelis, we have the Americans, we have the British, we have the Chinese, we have all other interested groups in that contraption. They are not interested in us. They are interested in what is under our land. And by the time they begin the onslaught in full force, you and I would scamper to run away from our land. And Congo, if you don't know much about Congo, I also implore you to please go read. You see that link I put in that comment? Take your time, copy it, read through it. It's been in existence for 13 years. It wasn't written yesterday, last week, last month, or last year. 13 years. And it is not a prediction. It is a perfect plan. If you read through it, you will come back and say, Mayegun, I think we should kind of have a conversation. Nigeria should have a conversation if they still want to live together or not. And this is not a conspiracy theory. So those of you who always use conspiracy theory as an excuse of escape, we are in deep shit. And we don't even know that. With all your education, exposure, it's high time you stop shouting and screaming, conspiracy theory, conspiracy theory. Their plan will put us in this horrible, terrible situation with the greed and selfishness of the supposed political class. We are done for. It's already happening. Whereby they told you have democracy when you don't. You have no say in those who controls you. After Russia, you know what is called the LNG? Liquid natural gas. They said Russia, with over 40 trillion cubic, cubic liter of liquid natural gas, makes Russia the country with the largest deposit of LNG or so. Do you know where the second largest deposit is? Olu, in Imo State, Igbo land. The insecurity that they are championing in Igbo land, the ones that they are pushing and leading to all this bloodshed, they are not coincidence. They are not because of Biafra. They are because of these natural resources. Similarly, what you have witnessed, the existence and not ending terrorism in the Northeast and Northwest, Sambisa and all those places, these are not because of religion. They are because of your natural resources. They will kill us. And guess what? We will do it for them. It's already happening. Right? We will discuss that as soon. Talking about people making effort to try to want to take over, the people's commonwealth or common patrimony through politics. Let's go to Edo State, where Akpabiole, like his colleagues who were there yesterday, Akpabiole too was there, and he was telling the Edo people this. In order to force somebody, an incompetent crook, the candidate of APC, Egbekegbe, who cannot really outline what he's going to do for his people, he is being pushed as a figurette to be your governor by those who you know as career criminals like Akpabiole. It's not about policies. It's always about the resources. And all they need is political power. And a lot of you are going to give it to them. That's you giving away your lives.
Greatest Edo people.
Great.
Greatest Nigeria youth.
Great.
Great. Let me respect the Vice President who is representing our dear President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and also respect our National Chairman, the Chairman of the Governors Forum in Nigeria, the Chairman of the APC Governors Forum in Nigeria, and all our governors. If you look very well here, you'll notice that we have governors from the north, we have governors from the west, we have governors from the east, we have governors from the south, we have governors from the middle belt, and we have all governors from the entirety of Nigeria. Why are they here? They are here because of you. We have heard the news that Edo is taking a different direction. We heard that you have decided that it is time for you to rejoin the center. No be so?
Na so.
No be so?
Na so.
We heard it is time for you to forget about grammar. No be so?
Na so.
They come and speak big grammar here. There is no need for grammar. My presence here as chairman of the National Assembly is to come and let you know that I have implicit confidence in your incoming governor, Monday Okpewolo, Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And also to let you know that even if his deputy governor is also in the National Assembly with me, I'm talking about Dennis Idahosa. He's a member of the House of Representatives. With the two of them, the Gen Z generation is complete. You are now having the government of the future. You are not going back to the past. You want to go back to the past?
No.
You have an outgoing governor that everybody that supported him to come back had deserted him. Even Governor Wike of the same party had deserted him. Today you have all the big shots in PDP coming from Edo, joining the APC. So I don't want too much grammar. Somebody said that Monday does not speak English. I say I'm the one to say it. He speaks good English. He is the chairman of due process in the Senate. Has he not spoken today? I don't want somebody who speaks grammar. I want somebody who performs. As I'm standing in front of you, if you come to Akwa State, you will see my signature from the airport. And you will move through the road without a pothole. And after that, if you branch towards the e-library, you will be shocked. And you enter the international stadium, you will be shocked. You enter the government house, you will be shocked. You will see the flyovers, you will be shocked. What are we talking about? We are talking about a government of the youth that will bring nothing but empowerment to you. A government that will rejoin the center. As I'm talking now, the federal government has given contract for you to ensure that the road going to Auchi, am I right, Auchi, Pini Road, 212 billion is constructed. Work has already started as I'm talking to you now. So the young man is already using, even NDDC is moving here to help you to develop Edo. I am not impressed with this road that comes to this arena. I saw this road 4 years ago. It is still the same way. How can I be a governor and I was swimming in pothole around in my own state? How can I be a governor and people are still poor? How can I be a governor and I'm destroying market instead of building market? How can I be a governor? I'm destroying hospitals. How can I be a governor and I'm not empowering my people? I'm here as a witness that you have all signed that the next government that is coming, rejoining us in the center, the APC government of Monday Okwebolo and Dennis Itahosa will make you proud. So I want to ask the question. Those in support that Obaseki and his grandma should be thrown out on the 21st of September. Say aye.
Aye.
I want him to hear in government now. I'm saying those in support that Governor Obaseki and his group, whether from Lagos or Accra, should be thrown out on the 21st of September. Can you shout aye?
Aye.
And those against say nay, they are not here. So the ayes have it. The Senate President has endorsed. So if I say Okwebolo, you say if they look, if they go. Okwebolo, if they look, Okwebolo, if they look, Okwebolo, if they look.
Nuisance, Lele.
Did you see that? That's how they run it there. And then you see, after that, all that shown, everybody goes back to their own shito to go face the reality after the expiration of whatever it is they are being given. Is right. Obaseki is their governor, and this place, Obaseki is their governor. Oshiomole is their former governor and also a senator. Esako in in Edo State. Here is the road that leads to Esako.
This is Jagbe Road. Jagbe is Ward 6. Esako West local government. Our SUV is actually stuck. This is a whole ward, not just a community. This is a whole ward in Esako West. And you can see the state of our road.
I'm Alhaji Prince Yusuf Asama Kadiri, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, the Deputy Governorship Candidate of Labour Party.
Why are you out of your car, sir?
We are on campaign. I'm in Ward 6, Jagbe, in Esako West local government area of Edo State. This is the road that leads to the community. It's impassable. The people in this community are completely cut out of government. There is no single government presence in this community. Vehicles cannot cross this point. Even Toyota Hilux got sunk. Vehicles like Toyota Sienna had to park up the hill. And this is Jagbe community, Ward 6, Esako West local government area. This is what they go through. And no government has not done anything for this community.
Jagbe is one of the 192 electoral wards in Edo State, completely cut off from any form of governance. We were informed by the locals that the only reason why we are even able to use an SUV of this quality that can actually go anywhere on this road is because it has not rained. It has not rained today. If it rains, it's a no-go area. Completely impassable. and we are pretending like we have any form of governance in Edo State. Absolutely embarrassing. I'm completely out of breath.
There's no how bad the road to your community is. During elections in Nigeria, ballot paper will find its way to your community. After election, developments can always kiss your community goodbye. Heartless people, criminals, I call them. So unfortunate it is. So they called there for a debate, still in Edo. So they called for a debate among the contestants, the candidates. It seems it's only the Labour Party guy that showed up. Akpata. They're going to rig him out. He's not going to be your governor. I'm sorry. Or I'm not sorry anyway, because yeah. But here, in what's supposed to have been a debate between PDP, APC, and Labour, and others, come be like say the guy they debate himself. Yeah.
To take up a job without an interview. He has been chairman of many boards. Would he dare do this in the private sector? It is because of the utter disdain. They believe that elections are won by other means and not through the people. And broadcasting organizations of Nigeria, sir, beyond calling out the politicians and their handlers, call out the journalists. Fourth estate of the realm, ladies and gentlemen, you must call out the politicians. Being born has started well. I'm hoping that you will give this speech by Born the coverage that it requires. I'm hoping that editorials in our papers from tomorrow will call out these individuals who say that they want to run Edo State, but the people don't matter. I've been running as an aspirant, now as a candidate. It's almost 1 year now. The advice I receive from the professional politicians, not finish your money, not finish your money, wait until the last day. You know, saying at that time we need the money. What does that mean? I tell them, I say, you play politics in a certain way. I do not. You're spending too much on media. You're wasting your money. All those one don't matter. The people don't matter. Keep your money. Because they intend to win elections through violence and manipulation. And that costs money. So they think they're giving me good advice. Keep your money so you can pay for violence. And you can pay for manipulation. Because the people don't matter. When I came into this race, I said the first thing, one of the first statements I issued was that the people have been taken out of the equation in politics in Nigeria. That is my first problem. And that is what has propelled me into this race. It is meant to be about the people, but they don't matter. They totally do not matter. Politics has been monetized. He will not be here. Why would he be here? He has been chief economic advisor to this government for 7.5 years. I call names, so I know there's no need to paper over the cracks. 7.5 years you have been chief economic advisor, and you say you would do. What do you want to? Like now 9-day break? Monkey the bone dog? No. That's why you can't come here. Because you must be, it is disingenuous for that individual to attempt to extricate himself from a team that he has been an integral part of. You cannot. You say your hand not there, your full body inside. Not possible. So that is why he can't come here. He can't be answerable to people. Because the people that decide me, they will ask probing questions. They will drill down and say, okay, we're gonna leave this one. We're not dating rally. Answer this question. Income profile 16 billion. Debt profile 600 billion. To borrow money not be the problem. Now what you use and do not be the issue. But they won't come here. So I ask you, I apologize to the people of Edo State because I have refused to join this debate because I believe that we will be continuing with what has now become a sickness as far as I'm concerned. We are covering up for these people. Because the headline, I'd rather that the headline tomorrow, it be this one, that Borno is upset. NUJ is pissed off. The three candidates who came said, we will not go debate until the show. Let that be the headline. Instead of you to put a headline that they not come, but the debate went on, 3 people continue. Now I will not agree. If they do it that way, people will very quickly forget that they did not show up. As you mentioned, sir, the president did not show up for the debates. President Tinubu, people have forgotten that he did not show up. That's the plan. People will quick forget. No, we don't agree.
You know what I mean? Like the people doesn't really matter. Olumide Akpata is just probably like a reason against the tide. They know it's going to be about the money. And right now, all of them are mopping up the money they will give to the same Edo people who have no good roads, no good healthcare, no good schools, no security, no electricity and all those things, right? No jobs. So on Saturday, they will be offered money, right? So that some people can come out and legitimize the already concluded rigging. And then the cycle continues. No matter how bad the road to your community is, the road to your village, even if your village no get road, a ballot box will find its way to your community on the day of election. Every 4 years, it's the same cycle. People don't really matter. It's just formality, unfortunately, and yet a lot of you are still participating in the charade. Sometimes people ask, okay, what do you want people to do? Boycott it. Let them write their results and all that, so that when you want to go for them, you can easily say, nobody could vote for you. Nobody could kind of, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, that is not the case in Nigeria. They've weaponized poverty so much that now the same people that they have destroyed will go to tell you, say, but what do you want us to do? Oh, what do you want us to do now? Abi, yeah, Abi now, Abi. Say, well, good luck to you, all of you. As for me, I am a choosing.
Why did they come? Before I don't finish you. How this way will finish now? No. This way no finish. 70 happen now. No, now. I am a choosing. This way, who are you? This way, who are you? Rise. Put this generator now. I am a choosing. Where is the God of my father power? Where is the God of my father power? This way, who are you? This way, who are you? Fill this tank. Shoot, let me start the game. I am not a choosing.
You are not a choosing. It is what Nigeria has become. My guy, light the room, the fun man.
Nigeria are the only country where the gift where God give them, they make them suffer. You can't be like saying that cause they cost them. Other people gifts, na praises. Our own gift be like natural disaster. Other country they suffer hurricane. We they suffer oil. Oil we supposed to make us they happy. What's it put us now for trouble for Nigeria now oil. Once will go up. All of us go up. And in Nigeria, whatever that goes up never come down, except prick. And the prick where they come down, people now, men are trying to remain it there. That's why they take all the bitters. You want to last 1 hour? Take this. The only thing where they go up, when they come down, I don't even want to allow it. Nigeria is the only country where their education not to collect instruction from people who know the educator. You don't jump professors, they collect instruction from politicians. We get away who I You go like them. This is what you're going to impeach there. The man will use all the years where it takes to become professor, take writer. They know how to bend it. Nigeria is the only country where you get something way day. Then they feed them, but it's not the function. Time don't reach when all of us go join hands together. Ask people where they there. This administration and past administration, I beg, that also rock clinic waiting there inside. It's not in use. But they didn't renovate it. Buhari used 31 billion renovator and didn't no use them for one day. Even in ear problem, they don't get eardrop. Now this administration, they used 21 billion. They renovated the same clinic where they know they use. What is there inside that clinic? Make it not be same as the gods. Then they renovate and they worship her. We don't come again, no. Another 4 years don't come, no. NPC is here. Take your drink. Take your face sick. Take your Panadol extra. We have come. Oh, Google. Will not tell us what they inside that clinic. They cannot be saying that the thing they do us, what they do us. Because something we know they functional. Once something touch them, they don't turn gods.
I like that guy. It's true. Bokwari spent 31 billion in 8 years in renovating the Asshole Rock Clinic. He never used it for once. Paracetamol no day. Pensic no day. 31 billion gone. He get here problem. The Russian go London. Airdrop no day inside the Asshole Rock Clinic. If Numbuwe don't be there for 15 months, don't spend 21 billion, renovate Asshole Rock Clinic again. Waiting day inside. Like he said, Nigeria is the only place that anything will go up, to come down. It defies the law of gravity. The law of gravity. They say anything that goes up must come down. Not in Nigeria. The only thing that goes up and comes down in Nigeria is a prick. Your prick will go up. It will come down last. Even that one too. People don't use this bitter, yo-yo bitters, sad bitters, lemon bitters. This one bitter, they won't keep on there. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. It is. Just pretty much like when the police is saying, may God be with all of us this season. Say, what? In this insecurity. Listen to this message from the IGP of Police of Nigeria. This one is the spokesperson. Muiwa.
Good day, my name is Olumiwa Adejobi, the first Public Relations Officer of Nigeria Police Force. We want to quickly talk to our parents and guardians concerning their preparation for resumption of our kids, our children who have been on their usual break for some time now. And this is resumption time. We want to appeal to parents, guardians to please prepare adequately well for our children who are returning back to school. We want us to be reminded of certain security tips we always roll out from the first headquarters here. Don't keep your children or our students or your wards in the hands of those you are not familiar with. Don't give the custody of these children in the hands of an unknown person. If at all you want to do that, this person must have been profiled, must have been adjudged a responsible and reliable individual for many security reasons. Particularly, some of us are always very busy, that we don't have time to do school runs. Please let them quickly get somebody who has been profiled and somebody that has a link that's a traceable element. It's not proper for us to just get the contact or procure the services of Tom, Dick, and Harry, who we know nothing about, to do school runs for us. It is dangerous and is not advisable security-wise. So we want to appeal to our parents and guardians to please profile whoever that you want to entrust these children in his hand. Let's make sure this person is reliable and this person is responsible. And is, of course, is a very safe person for our children. I know, we understand your tight schedule in most cases, that you may not have time for school runs, but while you are trying to procure or to get services of some of these people, cab drivers, even some Okada riders and what have you, let us profile them. Let us make sure they are our children are in safe hands. It is very, very critical. And to schools, let our schools work hand in hand. We say school guards. This is an initiative of the federal government, which is being amplified by the Inspector General of Police as a pet project to provide security for our students and staffers of all schools at all levels across the length and breadth of this country. Safe school guards and in all our commands or in our states. We want you to please work hand in hand with them, contact our DPOs, area commanders, and various commissioners of police. The IGPA has done us good by appointing a new commissioner of police to superintend over this project, this guard. That is CP Lanre Ogunowo, a competent officer, a assistant officer in charge of this guard. And I'm sure they have done the needful. They have done adequate deployment and threat analysis across the length and breadth of this country to see how they can provide adequate security for our children in all our schools. Please work hand in hand with us, work hand in hand with all those that are relevant, particularly authorities in charge of our various schools. We want to appeal to students too. Please be a good ambassador of your various homes. We want all of you to do well. We want all of you to focus on what you have gone or you have been sent to school to do. Don't join any band gang. Cultism is destructive. It's not good, and it's even evil. It's highly destructive. Don't do things that will destroy and ruin your life and your future. We love all of you. We cherish you as our special gift from God Almighty. And we pray as you resume this session, it's going to be a very successful session for all of you. While we pray for parents, God will provide the needful, all you need for you to take care of these children for us. God bless all of you. From all of us from the headquarters, particularly from the Inspector General of Police, we wish all of you all the best. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Olumi.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. Whether you believe it or not, the time is coming when you won't need a.
Amen. Because I am a choosing. I am a choosing. I am a choosing. I am a choosing. Who are you? Who are you? God damn it, man. That's trending though. It's so hilarious. It's so cracking, man. You need to go online and laugh your head off. Right? So finally, Omoyele Sowore, having come back to Nigeria yesterday and then sent a sort of a shock wave across all the platforms, you know, that even though the dreaded Dokwemu stupid service, the DSS, were acting on the order of the tyrant, dictator Ebola, Tifnumbu, it wasn't intimidated. That caught the attention of a lot of other platforms to ask him, how do you feel? So that's something I want to share. What happened on this platform, this particular one?
To supporting fake people. And sometimes they'll put their chest. They'll say, I'm supporting this person with my chest. Even if a NEPA certificate you get, you know, we should understand that those things are not going to help us. We've reached a point where there's so many, when fake people come across, they come with instruction manuals, and you can tell through them, and we keep making that mistake, even in the last election. So it's high time we just bond together and for us to we say one collect 500 Naira, and they'll tell you, oh, why don't you go and run for senator? Why don't you go and run for, and they will now vote for the worst. And when the worst people they vote for, or they encourage to be in power, start, oppressing them, they will go back to those of us they said are not qualified to run for office to come and help fight them. That's the problem. Some of them will even say ignorantly, "Oh, you should remain an activist. You're not cut out for leadership." And you ask, who are the people? These experienced thieves, murderers and kidnappers, gougers, gerrymanders, and saboteurs, buccaneers. Are these the experienced people? So there's a lot of soul searching that needs to be done even amongst our people too. They should search their conscience regarding where they stand during issues of national importance when they arise.
Okay. I'm trying to get the ones on YouTube so I can read some of the messages from YouTube we have here. Just let me read a couple, then you take over. Soaz TV, that you're here for Shore. Thank you for being there for him. You say the man, the myth, the living legend. Shore is a terror and tormentor of the oppressors. Taiwo Orisabuyi, an activity who, okay, I think you meant an activist who never ran from any administration or regime. That's what he's saying about you. Oganechuko Jeremiah, Shore the Fearless, he says. Ekanem Godswell, you sent in both Iyaya federal government, the hurricane, I don't know what Iyaya federal government, I don't know what that means. Matthew Gabi, you say Shore the great man, Ekanem, the only tormentor of the oppressors. They're just a hail you. Alex, the legend himself. You're saying good job always, Lady C and Oganechuko Jeremiah. The struggle continues. Samuel Adesoji Ojediron. The protest will always take place, and any Nigerian can join and support in and outside the country. John Oluwashon, thanks for standing for us. The messages are there. I'll take as much as I can.
Anyway, so as we all look forward to Fearless October, Chiwore's call for national protest against hunger, against corruption, and against government, rascality, corruption, and all that, right? So we look forward to that. On that note, I am going to round it up this evening. This is my own session that has come to a close, while yours opened. So if you are still here with us, that you want to possibly have one or two things to add to this conversation, the number to call is right here on your screen. You can be part of this. If you really have to go, please pay your own offering, like the broadcast, and share it. And if you have done that already, don't do it again. It's okay. One is fine. Okay? And when I come back, I will take calls. Thank you. I'll be back. Thank you so much. So far, so good, right? And thanks so much to those of you who have indeed responded by liking the broadcast. It's always a battle to get people to actually really, do the most easiest thing to be done. And I also kind of appreciate some others who love to make it like a duty. It's like a call to duty. Use about 2-3 devices just to make sure that they broadcast. Thank you. So my line was supposed to be opened, but sadly, it seems to be having the trouble of its own. Okay, so I hope it still works. I'm trying to. So thanks to those of you who have actually bought me my coffee. You see, if you want to support Mayegun's Diary Politico, right? There are several ways you can. You can use my PayPal. You can, buy me a coffee. You can use the GoFundMe. There are actually several ways, right, that you can chip in your support for Mayegun. And to those of you who prefer to use that of the link for the coffee, a cup of coffee is $5. So thank you, and then God bless you, because I think that's a prayer that we should. Well, that's the prayer I can always give. And I may not be able to reply you because there's a spot there where I could actually say thank you directly back to you. But usually, because of the time, I don't really do that. I just say it's here. Because most of the people who give me that, who buy me a cup of coffee, or buys me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I remember one. It doesn't matter. I have seen people who have actually got me about 10, 15 cup of coffee. I was like, wow. That's a lot of coffee. But we all know that it's not about the coffee. It's simply about the support, every little penny, and every penny counts, and every little help we say. So thank you so much, everyone. So the line may be acting up. If you are not finding it easier to get through, don't worry. Okay. Another time could be your time. Every time I have a problem like that, it's not like getting through or so. It's like a skipping through somehow. I usually just call it a night. So I think that's what we're going to do tonight. Let's call it a night. Thanks so much for spending your evening with me. Again, the most beautiful part of the night has been spent, and I hope you enjoyed your evening with me. I will see you tomorrow. Even though it's also going to be tomorrow evening. So far, so good. We can only still keep up with our prime time in the evening. Okay? So let's keep it till tomorrow. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And good night to you all.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary Politico. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun diary, now you be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.